This film will show you something terrifying. Death is never the most painful part. It's the feeling of an approaching disaster that truly breaks you. Several people wake up from unconsciousness. Heavy chains lock them in place. Metal buckets are strapped over their heads. And right in front of them are rows of razor-sharp saw blades. The game begins. The rule is simple. They must sacrifice their own blood to pass. As the indicator light turns on, the game officially starts. The electric saws begin to spin. In the middle of all this tension, one person still hasn't woken up. They try pulling the chains with their bare hands. It's completely useless. One man even tries to use the chain as a weapon. That only makes things worse. The blades are getting closer. If they don't act now, death is guaranteed. Anna remembers the rule. To survive, she willingly reaches her hand toward the saw. The moment blood spills, the lock on her head snaps open. It works. The others quickly follow her example. But Jack thinks he can outsmart the game. He only sticks out one finger. The next second, he pays the price. The truth is simple. Follow the rules and you live. But if you're too afraid of pain to commit, you'll suffer something far worse. And then comes the cruel twist. The man who was unconscious finally wakes up. He has no idea what's happening. On the surface, this looked like nothing more than an accident. But in reality, it was a nightmare that had been waiting to happen. From this moment on, there was no turning back for them. Facing the spinning mechanical wheel, human strength was useless against it. The woman tried to jam the machine with a stone pillar, but she only ended up hurting herself. In a critical moment, Jack noticed a recorder nearby. The instant he removed it, he triggered a hidden mechanism. The wheel collapsed and everyone narrowly escaped. But before they could celebrate, 3 syringes suddenly appeared. The rules were simple. One of them was a thief. During the robbery, the victim suffered a severe asthma attack. The person could have been saved, but the thief chose to ignore it. That decision led to a tragic death. And now the thief had already been injected with poison. Only one of the 3 syringes contained the antidote. Choose correctly, and the others would live. Choose wrong, and everyone would die. The panic on her face made it obvious. The woman standing there was the thief. As soon as the words were spoken, the chain around her neck began to tighten. Even then, she couldn't bring herself to choose. If she was guilty, she didn't want the others to pay for it. So the man made the decision himself. He injected all 3 syringes into her body. Against all odds, everyone else survived. But the woman, injected with sulfuric acid, quickly lost her heartbeat. Ironically, Anna felt sympathy for what happened to her. But that feeling didn't last long, because in the next round of the game, she would face her final judgment. Even knowing the vehicle was defective, he still chose to sell it to someone else. In the end, the brakes failed. The boy died in that terrible crash. And now the man responsible, Jack, was about to face the same judgment. A motorcycle with no brakes, a spinning oven burning with extreme heat. To survive, he had to grip that scorching handle. The answer was obvious. He didn't have the courage. At the same time, Anna's family climbed onto the platform. Using an iron rod, she stopped the wheel from spinning. Naive Jack thought he had escaped disaster. But in the next second, the iron rod snapped. As the machine spun violently, Jack was torn apart. When Anna finally woke up, she was already chained. Across from her sat Jeff. It was clear his leg was badly injured. But this round of the game showed him no mercy. One gun, one bullet. Whoever reached the weapon first would decide everything. Jeff panicked. He could barely move. Winning was impossible, yet the game had already begun. Anna made her move. Jeff's fear only grew stronger. This was never a fair game. How could he possibly win? But Anna showed no hesitation. Her actions made one thing clear. She intended to be the victor. But here's the real question. Could the mastermind behind this game really be that foolish? Perhaps Anna never realized until her final moment. The shotgun was designed to fire backward. And that proves one simple truth. When you spare someone else, you may also be sparing yourself. If you ask me which film in the Saw series is the best, this is the one I would recommend. It doesn't just add more suspense, it pushes the horror to an entirely new level. A man is strapped to a chair. His hands are tightly restrained. But the most terrifying part is his eyes. They are connected to 2 tubes. At the other end is a high-powered vacuum machine. The rules of the game are simple. Within 1 minute, he must spin the dial 5 times and break his own fingers. If he fails, he will lose his eyes. The countdown begins. He attempts to turn the dial once. The pain of his fingers snapping almost makes him pass out. But as he watches the timer, he has no choice but to spin it again. A second finger breaks. Fighting through the agony, he spins it again. A third finger snaps. And after that, he no longer has the courage to continue. As time runs out, the game ends. He fails to save his vision. His eyeballs are violently sucked out. Anyone who has seen the film knows that John is not a mindless killer. He only punishes those who have done truly terrible things. Like this woman. She abused her position to charge patients outrageous medical fees. In just 1 year, she made $8 million. She betrayed the trust of the people who depended on her. The rules of her game are simple. Inside the box is the sharpest saw in the world. It can cut through bone with ease. Within 3 minutes, she must either saw through her own thigh or do nothing and wait for the blade to slice off her head. John never expects death. Instead, he wants his victims to confront their own mistakes. Your fate is in your own hands. John only provides the game. Whether you survive depends entirely on you. Under the pressure of her companions, the woman begins to lose her mind. But even then, she is not fast enough. As the timer hits 0, her chance is gone. Just as John once said, he never advocates violence. He simply gives you one final opportunity to change your life.